on yesterday's daily update, I actually drafted this, and I said that I do believe you're gonna have a retrace and then a dump from there, and the dump just started. I do believe Bitcoin is going much, much, much lower. This update is about that, what levels I'm looking at, where I'm trading it. If I wouldn't be in a short already, which I gave you yesterday, what would I be doing? That's what we're talking about today. If you don't know who I am, my name is 𝗲𝗲. I do this every single day. 5 to 10 minute update about how I trade the markets. Been here since 2016, seen it all, done it all. So if you just want the narrative and see my thought process so you can follow along, join the 42,088 subscribers that we have on this channel, and also join in on the Telegram community. There's a link in the description. It's free. It's a channel where I share my thoughts. All that out of the way, also you obviously are following me on X. If you don't, well, you're missing out on massive alpha. But let's go. So the problem is, the reason why I say that Bitcoin is going lower, the way these are designed, these updates, is that you have to watch them every day, right? So day by day, you watch them, and as you watch them, you follow along and you trade. So what I've been seeing yesterday is that there was a 15-minute liquidation here. We're not gonna detail because again, I don't want to waste the people's time who has been here yesterday and watched it all. But there was a liquidation happening, coming all the way up here, and then from there, retrace. There was a 15-minute market structure shift here, meaning a shift to the downside. So indicating that there's going to be a continuation lower, and then there was an accumulation liquidation, taking all this liquidity, and then immediate flush from there. So if I look at that, I can clearly see that this was supposed to happen. This is why I was short I'm still short on Ethereum from up here as well, and I have my swing short open too. Now, what do I see here? I see the following. If you look at let me just clear all this. If you look at the hourly chart, it is clear that there is a very strong supply zone up here. Also on the 4-hour level, by the way. This is a very strong supply zone. From that supply zone, we had a rejection, and the rejection came all the way on the total market cap. It's worth looking at because we had that there. There was, by the way, I explained all this yesterday, so you can just rewatch that after this. But there was a market structure shift here, and then a retrace into that supply zone and the rejection from there. Now, what is interesting and added from yesterday is a massive, massive, massive amount of liquidity. You see this trend line here? This is what we call a trend line liquidity. And the reason why we call that is because if you were to long now, what you would be doing, you would just simply place your stop loss below this level. So you would either take this level, this level, this level, this level. You'd be looking at placing your stop loss at these levels, and that creates a pool of liquidity, pool of stop losses. Now, I got bad news for you because the market makers know exactly that that's what you and everybody else is doing. So they engineer these liquidity zones so then eventually they can just flush it hard. We have seen this multiple times. Again, if you have been subscribed to the channel, if you've been watching the shows, we have seen these so many times. I've been drafting these throughout the past month as well. You can see it on the lower time frame. You can see it all the way here. Look at this. Look at this liquidity here. So you could see all these throughout the updates. That is nothing new. That is still happening now. So we have, you know, the 4-hour, the 1-hour rejection, and now it's seemingly we do have the 15-minute as well, where we had a retrace back to the 1-hour high, rejection, consolidation, final liquidation, and then all the way down. What happens now is that you have a 1-hour retrace. Okay. So what happens here is I need to see a retrace to the 50%, and I posted in the community. I actually said follow market structure. Here as well, I just said follow market structure. What that means is that when you have a clear setup like this, your only job is to simply follow market structure, right? So I look at the 15-minute chart and I go, where are the supply zones? And I mark this. In one of the supply zones, we had a rejection from here. That's what I shorted. Then you have another rejection here. And then you can simply start looking at these supply zones and say, okay, well, we come back to this supply zone. There is 3 consecutive candles. There's a close below. So this is a continuation down in a 15-minute. We come back here. All I need is a market structure shift on a lower time frame. And then I just add to my short, and there will be another roll created. It will come back again 50%, as I have marked here, right? So I marked the 50% level right here, and then I marked the supply zone. Comes back here. 15-minute market structure shift, I short again, continuation down until there is a higher high formed. Once that happens, I am looking at a retrace on the hourly chart. But until that, even if that does happen, and even if we do have, and let me just go back to the total market cap because that's what really is relevant here. This is what I drafted a couple of days ago. If we go back here and we're expecting a retrace to the 50%, which I personally do, that aligns very, very nicely with this supply zone. So I believe what could happen, there's CPI today, there's earnings today, whatnot. So patience is key here. But what I think is going to happen is that we have another pop here. Somewhere around this region, we are going to see a 15-minute market structure shift. And once we see that, that is the place to actually add to heavy shorts because it is confirmed not only on the higher time frame, but also now on the 15-minute, you have a clear structure and you can target all this liquidity down here. So your first target is going to be, if I short it here, there will be 15-minute. I can even place a stop loss up here, to be very honest with you. It's not even a problem. So I can target one-on-one here, one-to-one, or I can just target all the way down here, as I do with my swing position, all the way down here to swing lows at 1.99 trillion, or about $57,000 in Bitcoin. So if you're new here, this was a heavy update. So I'm gonna do a TLDR here. But the TLDR is that we have a rejection on the higher time frame here. Let me just bring up Bitcoin because it will be easier to understand for you. We have a rejection on the 4-hour that created a new low, right? So this high created a new low, a close below. That's beautiful. There was liquidity engineered, liquidity was taken. This is a very, very strong level. So from there, we had a retrace all the way here, and we had a lower low on the total market cap, which is not visible on the other coins. So that is a discrepancy, which shows that the total market cap made a new low. If you look here, the total market cap did make a new low, close on the 4-hour, on the 1-hour, but the tokens didn't. So you can look at ETH. ETH did a new low, sorry. ETH did a new low, but Bitcoin didn't. So that's a very good sign that there is a discrepancy here. There is a trap being set for retail. And so you have that. Then you have a retrace all the way to this rejection zone that actually created the rejection, consolidation, a small liquidation, and then an initiation. So all we're looking for is this, right? And until we don't have a close above the 65,640, this is still our range. Don't forget that. So this is still the 4-hour range here, right? So within here, anything can happen. Anything can happen. We can see stuff like this. But until we see a close above 65,700, I'm not interested in heavily longing, right? I explained all that yesterday. So what happens here, in my opinion, comes back to the 50 about 63,200. From there will be a market structure shift. And then from there, we're going lower. Trump announced also that they are in a war with Iran. So it's like things are escalating. CPI, lots of earnings. Trust me, there is a bunch of stuff that can result in a dump here. I am already in a Bitcoin short. I gave you all this here and in the Telegram. So I am already in this short with about 9% up. And I also have my Bitfunded trades open. I don't know why it's not gonna load. Oh, it is going to load. Okay, so I do have my Bitfunded trade open as well on the live accounts. I have taken some stop losses here, which I'm not happy about. So I'm down about 4 grand, about 2% on the account, 2-3% on the account. But I do have this ETH short open as well. Nothing really changed from what I said. This is the 4-hour swing trade that I have, and I'm running those. If anything changes, I will always let you know in the community. There's also a scam going around, so that's what I posted. Make sure I don't ping you. Just follow me on X and join in the Telegram, and you're not gonna have any problems. Otherwise, that's basically it, I think. This is, if you saw what I've said, this is 𝗕𝗏𝗏. They are non-KYC exchange, available worldwide. They are in Singapore. And the best part is that there is token coming up, token 2049 in October. We already have the plan. It's going to be a trade. We're going to invite probably 8 to 10 people who trade on our 𝗕𝗏𝗏 link. There's going to be a trading seminar. We're going to have a breakfast together, lunch together. We're going to have one-on-ones. So if you want that, just sign up to 𝗕𝗏𝗏, join in, and I'm going to talk about that more. So come back tomorrow, subscribe to the channel. Guys, truly appreciate you. Watch yesterday's updates because I do believe it's relevant and you can still see the higher time frame explanation before it happens. Now you can look back and see what I explained, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Ciao, ciao.